Before we even get started, I have to tell you that the results of this little informal study that I did blew me away. I was like, what? Do blind people actually want to see? I thought this would be broken down into just one category, but apparently there are three. One category was the one that I'm in, which didn't surprise me at all. The second category really surprised me. And the third category actually kind of pissed me off. Category 1, my category. I'm a person who used to be able to see and can no longer see. It's been a while since I could see well, and to me, the memory of seeing is like having a memory of a superpower. Like being able to look at stuff and see it makes the world so much easier. I mean, here's my morning. I wake up and find my way into the closet and need to start feeling all of my shirts to try and determine which one I want to wear for the day. This is the one that says blind on it. I know, because I had to spend a bunch of time feeling all my shirts. Then I have to carefully make my way downstairs, making sure that I don't trip on any dog toys or bones that have been left out in the night by one of my 2 dogs. I make my way to the pantry and start feeling around for whatever breakfast I want to have. And God forbid I drop something on the ground and can't hear exactly where it went. Then I'm on my hands and knees for 5 minutes trying to feel where it was. That's the first 3 minutes of my day. Now imagine if I could just see how easy that stuff would be. Look at my shirt, look on the floor, find my breakfast bar by looking, and if I drop something, oh, there it is. Of course I'd want to see again. Why would I not want to see again? I am jealous of everyone that can see. I'm jealous of the fact that she can see. Like when she's looking out the window and starts barking at something or someone that she sees at the end of the street, I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that. See, not bark. Why anyone would not want to see blows my mind. But in talking to a bunch of people, I found that there are 2 categories of people that don't want to see. And here's the first one. This is the category that basically just surprised me because they're content with not being able to see. And this seemed to be broken down into 2 different categories. One was a group that actually thought of blindness as their identity. This is something that I've heard is more common in the deaf community. There's a lot of deaf pride. The deaf community is strong. I'm not part of that, obviously, but this is what I heard in speaking to other people. Again, can I jump back to myself and be like, if you were offering me a superpower, yeah, I'd take it. But there were people that were okay with it. And within this group of people who were okay with it were people that had set up their lives to function smoothly as blind people. Some of them worked from home, a lot of them didn't work at all, and 2 that I spoke to actually had a commute that they did the same way, the same place, the same time, everything was the same, so they did a walk commute to work every day. There didn't seem to be a lot of variety in these people's lives. They basically did the same exact thing every day, and it was comfortable for them. They had a routine. People like routines. I personally like changing my environment all the time, pushing my limits, experimenting and trying different things, but I guess you can't underrate comfortability. But the third group, like I said in the beginning, kind of pissed me off. And I don't even really want to spread the word on these people too much because I don't want everybody thinking that all blind people are this way. But here I go. I spoke to not a small number of people. There were 6 people that I spoke to. I spoke to 30 overall, and 6 of them told me that they liked being blind because they enjoyed having people do things for them. This comes from the fact that I think there are schools and organizations out there that say that they're helping the blind, but they're doing it all wrong. I've talked about this before, and it's not a popular belief in the blind community. There are schools out there that take care of blind people, usually blind children, and I understand if you're a parent and you have a blind kid, you want them to be taken care of, you want them to be safe, you want them to have everything that they can possibly have, even though they don't have their eyesight. I don't feel like this prepares these people to go out into the real world. Now, there are organizations out there like the Lighthouse organization, and they will specifically train blind people to go get jobs. But I feel like this third category are the ones that came out of the organizations that just took care of everything from jump. Or maybe they're the people that came from parents who coddled their kids too much. I mean, don't get me started on that. It happens with blind and non-blind kids alike. But if you have a blind kid and the blind kid is raised that every time they need anything whatsoever, someone's going to run, jump, and do it for them, and they don't develop this strength of will of their own or desire to go out into the world and push their boundaries, all they know is, I need, someone does. I guess they're going to start enjoying that. I personally don't understand that mentality. I mean, it literally took me years and years and years and years and years to even begin to ask people for help. I was embarrassed and ashamed when I very first started needing to ask for help in the grocery store, trying to find the stuff that I used to be able to see. So it's obviously a very different mindset. But for me, the goal of my entire channel is to show you that you don't have to shut down your life and you don't have to sit around and do nothing except for ask for help. You can still live a really amazing life when you're blind. You have to have the right mindset, you have to put in a lot of work, but the rewards are amazing. Overcoming challenges and doing things that people don't think you can do is a really good feeling. But if you told me that you could wave a magic wand and turn me from the blind surfer to a regular surfer, if I could see my face in a mirror, if I could see anybody or anything, if I could drive a car, holy crap, would that be amazing? If I could do all these things that people who can see get to do and generally take for granted, if I could do any of that, yeah, sign me up.